Daniel Defoe, Robinson Crusoe, Part 15. Well, we couldn't go on shore, but we should be devoured by savage beasts, or more merciless savages of humankind. But as soon as it grew dusk in the evening, I changed my course and steered directly south and by east, bending my course a little towards the east, that I might keep in with the shore, and having a fair, fresh gale of wind and a smooth, quiet sea, I made such sail that I believe by the next day, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when I first made the land, I could not be less than 150 miles south of Scilly, quite beyond the Emperor of Morocco's dominus, or indeed of any other king thereabouts, for we saw no people. Yet such was the fright I had taken of the Moors, and the dreadful apprehensions I had of falling into their hands, that I wouldn't stop or go on shore or come to an anchor, the wind continuing fair till I had sailed in that manner 5 days, and then the wind shifting to the southward. I concluded also that if any of our vessels were in chase of me, they also would now give over. So I ventured to make to the coast and came to an anchor in the mouth of a little river. I knew not what, nor where, neither what latitude, what country, what nation, or what river. I neither saw nor desired to see any people. The principal thing I wanted was fresh water. We came into this creek in the evening, resolving to swim on shore as soon as it was dark and discover the country. But as soon as it was quite dark, we heard such dreadful noises of the barking, roaring, and howling of wild creatures, of we knew not what kinds, that the poor boy was ready to die with fear, and begged of me not to go on shore till day. Well, Xury, said I, then I want what it may be, that we may see men by day, who will be as bad to us as those lions. Then we give them the shoot gun, says Xury, laughing, make them run away. Such English Xury spoke by conversing among us slaves. However, I was glad to see the boy so cheerful, and I gave him a dram out of our patron's case of bottles to cheer him up. After all, Xury's advice was good, and I took it. We dropped our little anchor and lay still all night. I lay still, for we slept none, for in 2 or 3 hours we saw vast great creatures. We knew not what to call them, of many sorts, come down to the seashore and drowned into the water, wallowing and washing themselves for the pleasure of cooling themselves, and they made such hideous howlings and yellings that I never indeed heard the like. Xury was dreadfully frightened, and indeed so was I too, but we were both more frightened when we heard one of these mighty creatures come swimming towards our boat. We could not see him, but we might hear him by his blowing to be a monstrous, huge, and furious beast. Xury said it was a lion, and it might be so, for aught I know, but poor Xury cried to me to weigh the anchor and throw away. No, says I, Xury, we can slip our cable with the bow to it and go off to sea, then cannot follow us far. I had no sooner said so, but I perceived the creature, whatever it was, within 2 oars' length, which something surprised me. However, I immediately stepped to the cabin door, and taking up my gun, fired at him, upon which he immediately turned about and swam towards the shore again.